What's up? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Snakes and Coffee. Yeah, man, I wasn't here last week. Sorry about that. Your boy was sick, like sick. I was so sick that I didn't even have the strength or the energy or anything, uh, to come in the StreamYard studio right here for like 2 seconds and just like cancel the episode or reschedule it so that it wouldn't pop up on YouTube. I woke up. I woke up last Monday morning, just so sick and just feeling like crap that I actually took myself to the hospital. And it was a good thing that I did actually. I had strep, I had a high fever, and in the midst of all that, or because of all that, I ended up with like a abscess in my throat, and it was basically just like swallowing the infection and making myself sicker and sicker by the minute, literally. So yeah, they had to stick a bunch of needles down in my mouth and drain it out, and oh man, it sucked and it was gross, and I'm just glad that I took myself in and got it done, or else I would probably still be super sick. Um, but we're back now, man. It's a new week. It's a brand new day. The birds are chirping. How's everybody else been feeling? What's you guys' week been like? Um, the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, was it Repticon? Um, Daytona, I think, was just this past weekend, and there was another Repticon last weekend too, I think. Um, who went to those shows? How were they, man? I haven't been really seeing a lot of um the show scene on social media lately. I don't know if that's just because Sear took the cake and everybody was just on that and they don't really feel like, these other shows are worth, not necessarily not worth going to, but the content, or I don't know what's up with it, but I just know people ain't been posting it. I would like to see some posts. I would like to see what's going on at these shows, see some different animals, the faces. I've seen like a couple breeders here and there, like post pictures of their setup and stuff like that. Like Steve's morphs is somebody that's always good for that. You're gonna see a picture of his table if he's at a show. But other than that, yeah, I haven't really seen a whole lot. Especially, I thought I would see some more, like Repticon. Those are a little bit bigger shows. I think there's a big Show Me show coming up, and obviously Tinley's coming up. Is that what you guys are waiting for? Is March Tinley? It's just a March one. I never really seen like too much hype behind March Tinley, but we'll see. I know that I'm planning on some content, so stay tuned there. Because I'll definitely be adding some new content from the show and a new type of content for me personally that I've never done before. So stay tuned. It's gonna be cool. Planning on talking to a lot of breeders. Yeah, just stay tuned. Got a little something worked out for this show and the other show. It'll be cool. I see a couple people in the chat. Let's say what's up to everybody that's tapping in. Got the homie Jesus Jacinto de la Torre Belfonte Perez Marquez Jr. What up, bro? Good morning. Got the homie Chris BNS. What up, broski? Definitely looking forward to seeing you at Tinley this time, bro. Not that I'm not always looking forward. I always look forward to seeing everybody. But yeah, I found out you a green tea head, bro. You gotta blow it down. Pause. Got this guy. Got the homie C Dub. What up, C Dub? Good morning. Appreciate you, bro. Got the silent assassin, James Perry. What up, bro? Good morning. Bro, we always see each other at Tinley, but we ain't smoked and stuff. You gotta hit the bud. Or do I need to bring dabs with me, bro? Is that what it is? Let me know. I'll bring some dabs, bro. We can always go to my car. Hit the rig. Shit, we can hit the rig and the front door. Potter don't give a fuck. Got the homie Jacob. What's up, bro? Thank you for tapping in. Then we got the Banana Man. What up, bro? Good morning. Thanks for tapping in. And then we got the homie Duval. What up, bro? Or as Fat Man calls Blind Mike. What up, bro? I appreciate you tapping in. Always a good time. Thank you, thank you. Looks like that's everybody, but yeah, man. I think I'm gonna do things a little bit different today. Switch things up. Um, I want to like have Charlemagne out for every episode and stuff, so you guys could like watch him grow as the show progresses and stuff. But he just been slamming food and going up on like his prey size and stuff. So he's been shedding a lot. Like every other week, he's like in shed, or blue like I tell you he's about to shed, or just not really wanting to be bothered doing the tail flick thing and shit like that. So I don't want to like force him too much, especially not if he's in shed. Like if he's not in shed, I'll pull him out and stuff. Pause, but yeah, he's just been growing, so just letting him do his thing. One thing that I thought was really cool, kind of interesting though, is my carpet pythons outgrew their perches. They're like little shoe tub size perches. Um, and yeah, they outgrew them, so I put them in the enclosure for the king snake and stuff. I seen like a post somewhere saying that, even though they're burrowing snakes, that they appreciate like stuff to climb on sometimes or whatever. So I put the perch in there in his enclosure, and since I did that, he's actually been up there on the like little perch thing more than he's been burrowed or in his hide or anything like that. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Got a couple more people tapping in. We got the homie Batter Up. What up, bro? Appreciate you being here. And we got the homie AJ. What up, bro? Good morning, good morning. I know you're just waking up. Probably still in bed, so I definitely appreciate you tapping in. Starting your morning out with me. Got the homie Tommy. What up, bro? Another green tea head. Hell yeah. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. We gotta get you on the show one day, bro. What are you doing on 420? Not that you can't tap in before that, but 420, bro. I need you here. I'm planning a big episode for this show for 420. I want all the green tea people on it. So tap in. I'm gonna hit you up later. But speaking of the homie Aaron, number 3, shout out to the sponsor. The homie's got big things going on. Yeah, check that out. The homie Aaron number 3, Batter Up Balls, is gonna be vending his first Tinley show coming up here in a couple weeks. That's super huge. We're super excited for him. Aaron number 3, some of you guys might have seen him before. He's vended, it's not his first NARBC show. He has vended the St. Louis show. I think he's a regular on that one now. He was vending the Schaumburg show. Not really too sure what happened to the Schaumburg show this year. There's a lot of different things in the air as to why there isn't a Schaumburg show this year, so really the only person that knows the real answer to that is Potter, right? So I ain't really gonna speak on it too much because I don't know. Only he knows. But anyways, yeah. Shout out to Aaron. He's gonna be vending this show, March Tinley. Somebody wasn't able to make it, so he got their table. But that's a big deal, right? Because showing up to the show, showing your face, showing the people what you got, things like that. That's what puts your foot in the door to get higher on that list, to where that becomes your permanent spot. That becomes your table at Tinley, and you get invited back year after year or show after show. to do that show. That's the biggest show in the reptile show circuit is Tilly. Sear is on that ass though. Um, yeah, Bavu doing his thing. He's on that ass. Sear is definitely on its way to becoming the big show. But currently, as it stands, Tinley is the Super Bowl of reptile shows. I know that leans more towards the October show, not so much the March show. But the March show is really cool in my opinion because it gives some of the other guys a chance to show what they got to prove to the community why they should be at Tinley, why they should hold down that spot, why they should be invited back in October, stuff like that. So like I said, this is just a really big opportunity for the homie Aaron. I don't think he's gonna blow it. He's been definitely doing the right thing the past year or two. As far as his whole ball python business, getting his name out there, changing a lot of his practices, a lot of things, you know, that he used to do in the beginning, or like, you know, we'll just chalk him up to like beginner mistakes, you know. Everybody makes them, maybe not the same ones, but some people just do things differently and stuff like that. But the important part is that he's been able to learn and to grow off of those things and to just keep using that to push himself forwards and just become a better breeder, better keeper, better salesman, better face of social media, face for his brand, things like that. So definitely shout out to the homie Aaron. If you guys aren't already following him, you're sleeping. Go follow him on all social medias at Batter Up Balls. He's on Facebook, Instagram. I believe he started up a YouTube channel. Go check him out there. Then definitely, obviously, go follow him in Morph Market, Show Me Marketplace, Palm Street. Anywhere that reptiles are, you're gonna find the homie Aaron. And that's how you do it, man. That's why he is doing what he's doing now. And becoming the voice of the 217. Yeah. Another 217 breeder, if you guys didn't know that. He is down from where I came from Amish Town. Aaron number 3 actually was the first breeder that I bought a snake from. You know, outside of like a pet shop or anything. He's like the first breeder I bought a snake from. And then he introduced me to Naughty Balls Nate, and then it was just, you know, history from there for me, basically. So shout out to Aaron, because I might not even be right here right now if it wasn't for him. Straight up. Oh, StreamYard tweaking out. The StreamYard isn't me. It's probably me. But yeah, that's that, motherfuckers. No. Definitely proud of the homie Aaron, because he is, like I said, he's come a long way in the last like 2 or 3 years and just changed up a lot of things. A lot of his practices and shit like that. That's cool. And that's why I have him as a sponsor. Like I said, I'm gonna do things a little bit differently. Before I get into a coffee close-up, let's do that motherfucking news. Yeah. Green tea report. So this week in reptile news, what I want to talk about, we're gonna take it back to Florida again. I feel like probably a lot of these segments are gonna come out of Florida. A lot of reptiles and amphibians in Florida, and it's a lot of goddamn crazy people. Uh, they don't have the Florida man for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like things be going on in Florida. I don't know what's in y'all air down there. Is it the water? You guys mixing salt and fresh water? Does it affect you somehow? What's going on down there, bro? Because y'all wild, wild as hell. But anyways, what part should we talk about first? Let's take it back to the iguanas. So, as you guys know, it got hella cold in the Florida a couple weeks ago. Where they have like their little winter snap, and usually you see reptiles and iguanas and stuff like that falling out the trees because it's too cold and they can't take it, right? So a couple weeks ago was extra cold, so seeing extra iguanas. So much that they were allowing people to pick them up without permits and bring them in, and that was a whole mess. We already got into that, right? But in the midst of that, uh, one of the local pizza places down in Florida was advertising iguana meat pizza. Not 100% sure if it was real or satire. It's Florida, so you never know. Plus, people do eat iguana actually. Some Southern American countries, it's a delicacy. Um, there's even restaurants here in Chicago that actually sell it. I've not tried it, don't plan on trying it, but it's available. Um, but either way, that being said, that was kind of bad for the whole reptile industry, like as a whole. To see that somebody advertising iguana meat pizza, especially during that time of what was going on, um, basically just because of public perception, man. Um, there's a lot of us, I think most of us, that would see something like that and be like, all right, like that's, stupid and just let it roll over the shoulder. But unfortunately, there's a good amount of people who lack that type of common sense. I mean, the guy lacked common sense in the first place by making something stupid like that. But there's a lot of people that lack the common sense to know that maybe that was satire or it was stupid or this or that. And then you have the super caring people on top of that who may or may not also lack common sense, but they get all um crazy butthurt, and they're the ones that start lobbying for change even though they have no clue what they're talking about. And unfortunately, that's usually how policy is made, is by people who have strong opinions on something that they don't know anything about. And for the reptile industry, that's huge. That's something that we definitely want to stay on top of, because public policy definitely does have the power to what's the words I'm looking for? To create policy. Public perception has the power to manipulate policy. So that's something, especially in the reptile keeping industry, we always want to be mindful of, do the best practices, stuff like that. Not let stories like this happen, and or get um any play in like social media, and the more the story is shared, the more people see it outside the industry too, and then like I said, that changes public perception and that changes policy. um Keeping it on the policy side, Nile monitors in Florida are getting crazy out of control. I think I read maybe even a couple years ago already that like one of the keys, I'm not sure which key, is pretty much damn near completely inhabited by them, completely taken over by the Nile monitors, and their population is just growing. They're getting all through the Keys. They're getting up into the southern part of Florida, stuff like that. Obviously, they're an invasive species. Um, and this is a super big deal because now monitors are um, just like apex predators and very adaptive to their environments and stuff like that. Not to mention, South Florida is not too far off from like where they already live, and like, you know, dense, humid marshlands, wetlands, uh, fresh and salt water back and forth. They can swim really good. They can even like hold their breath for like 15-20 minutes underwater. So that definitely gives them the ability to travel from each keys and to other parts of Florida and expand their population. Um, and they're just super carnivorous. They'll eat pretty much anything that moves that they can take down. That includes fish in the water, uh, turtles, other reptiles and amphibians, eggs, birds, just all types of stuff. And especially for Florida, some of the species of stuff that they eat, especially like say the sea turtles and their eggs and stuff like that, a lot of these species are already endangered in the first place. So then we don't need like millions of Nile monitors coming in there and eating these animals, the population that is there, or eating their young and their eggs and their babies and stuff like that, and just really giving them no chance to survive. So that's super like not good. And then they've become really adaptive to integrating with human life as well. Um, with humans, unfortunately, comes filth and dirt and trash and rodents. So they got basically an endless supply of food. And they can really screw up infrastructure, which especially for Florida is bad with a lot of people living on the like bayside and by the water. Um, you know, these things like to create big burrows in the ground and under um, sidewalks and stuff like that. So imagine you're walking down the sidewalk and you just fall into a sinkhole or whatever, and it's because a ginormous 6 foot monitor dug a big ass burrow under there and stuff. That's another thing to remember too. These aren't little like lizards. These things get ginormous. Um, and with that comes the fact that they are super defensive. They will attack. They will fuck some shit up if they feel like they need to. Um, that could be you. That could be a pet. Um, if your cat or dog is small enough that they can catch it and eat it as prey, they will. But even if it's like say a bigger dog, and he goes missing with a big Nile monitor, might be too big for them to be lunch, but if they throw down and fight, the monitor is gonna win and he's gonna kill your dog. Um, Even if they don't kill your dog or take them down, or they bite you, they got a lot of nasty bacteria and stuff like that in their saliva that could really make you or your pets sick. Obviously their feces everywhere can make you sick. There's so many reasons of why they'd be invasive to uh the natural fauna and flora, to actually not just for Florida but anywhere else that their population were to get out of control, right? So that's another thing for the industry to keep an eye on. Because again, that affects the public's perception. The reason why these animals are there in the first place is because of the pet trade. More specifically, the illegal pet trade. Sometimes so many of them are brought in that they don't have the means to get rid of as many as they brought in. Sometimes they're dumped for so cheap, so many people pick them up and then can't keep them as pets the way they thought they'd be able to, so they get released into the wild. Just all this, we know all the reasons of how they get there and stuff like that. But again, that looks bad for the hobby in general because the public's perception, um, ignorance is bliss. They see that, and that becomes the image, the face, the picture of the whole hobby, when obviously it's not. And most of us, are really passionate about um, conservation and the animals and their lives and doing things the right way. So we definitely don't want like the legal side of the trade being the face of the whole hobby and the whole industry. That's why it's important always to obviously join USARK and USARK Florida. USARK Florida is free to join, by the way. You don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is go put your email in and you're a member. And then USARK, man. $40 gets you a bronze membership for a year. That's nothing. It's like, less than 10 cents a day, something like that. And even if you can't afford the $40, just any donation helps. $1, $5, 50 cents, whatever you can, it helps because obviously they're a nonprofit. And they do things like going to Congress and fighting for us and being our voice and letting these politicians know that, hey, we understand that these things go on. That's not us. That's not our voice. That's not who we are. How can we work together to combat those issues and not have it affect the legal side of things? So go join USARK Florida. And yeah. Today I'm gonna do the coffee close up, but I'm gonna do it a little bit different. Today's coffee close up is gonna be a live one, no picture. It's gonna go out to me and to F and A, to Fred and AJ. Um, I picked this up. Super nice girl. You guys don't know we had the auction for Bosa last weekend. And your boy picked up those F&A credits and combined them with the credits I had. And we picked up another animal in the Bullet Dinker project. Yeah. So this is the Bullet Dinker. You can see that by the repeating teardrop pattern. That was the original name of this project from the guy that they picked it up from, was Teardrop. I really like this right here. It's like a spotlight, like bat signal or something. It's cool. But yeah, so they bred the original Teardrop or Bullet female to Yellow Belly Red Stripe Wookiee Clown male. So I'm thinking this is Bullet, Wookiee, probable Yellow Belly. Could be the red stripe based on the color in the dorsal there. Not 100% sure. I think that the Bullet has potential to be a color morph just from what I've seen, how it looks in pastel with the boy that I got. So could be something going on there. Definitely is going to be something fun to figure out. Yeah, I'm going to be sending in full panel shed tests on both of them sometime soon, just to be sure exactly what's there, what's not there. Like I said, I believe this to be the Dinker with Wookiee and probably Yellow Belly, but there's only one way to, to be sure, especially when you're working with a Dinker, because you don't know what the reaction is going to be that you're going to get and stuff. So that's another big advantage of shed testing. As far as the red stripe in this pairing, though, Charlie does not have a red stripe test at the moment. RGI does, and the dad for this, the red stripe, it's definitely there. You can see it, but it's not testing for red stripes. So we might have another one of those things where we have multiple lines of one gene, or the A, B, C, D of the genes. It's gonna be something to, I guess, for them to figure out, and something for the breeders to help them figure out, honestly, by sending in the sheds. And yeah, we know how that game works. I don't have to get into that one too much. Since the red stripe's already been tested with RGI, and it came back negative so far, I'm probably not gonna send it there. I was gonna go ahead and send it to the boy Charlie. See what he comes up with, because he's got the whole yellow belly complex. He's got Wookiee. We know it's 100% het clown because it was bred to a visual clown. But yeah, there's gonna be something cool to figure out. Another look at it. Tell me what you guys think. You see Wookiee, you see red stripe, see yellow belly. I definitely see yellow belly, like with the flaming and the popcorn, but that could be the Wookiee, that could be the red stripe. Don't know, right? I definitely don't think it's coming from the Dinker. It's not something that I've seen so far in it. If you guys go on F&A's page, or if you go, they have a Bullet Dinker page. You can see some more of the animals from this pairing. There's some on there that I think are, like just the Dinker Yellow Belly and stuff like that. So I like to go on there and look at those and just make comparisons. study it, try to, see what I see in the gene and figure out what it's doing and where to take my projects for it from there. One thing I'll tell you guys right now is I have this going into everything right now. When I say everything, I mean everything. Um, that's just how much I believe in this gene right now. There is some other Dinkers in the Dinker squad. I have some of those as well. I also really believe in those genes, but this is the one that I have the most potential to work with right now. So I'm definitely getting cracking on it, and I got more stuff behind it. And when I figure out what to do with that stuff, I'll have this stuff nice and grown up, and then I can start doing doubles, and I'll have both Dinkers figured out. So where I start crossing them, I'll be able to tell the reaction and know what I got and stuff like that, and not have to do guess like if it's a double Dinker or just reaction of one or what's going on. Like I'll have a way better idea of what each one does before I start putting them together. But yeah, that's that. Super excited about it. Like I said, shout out to Fred and AJ. Shout out to them for just starting the Dinker Squad, giving people an opportunity to work with some of this stuff. And then shout out to the whole Dinker Squad and to people like Ash for just getting out there and making a voice for these Dinker genes and letting people know that, hey, like, you think we're at the end of the road with ball python morphs, you're crazy. Look how yellow that is in the dorsal right there on the tail. This shit's nice. And you see it's got like a nice shine and sheen, like pearlescence to it too. A little bit more than any other ball pythons that I've really seen. But yeah, that's the bullet gene. Like I said, go check it out on FNA Bullet Dinker page on Instagram. You'll be able to see a little bit more of it and what it looks like, and some combos that have been made so far. And then everybody that's working it is, gonna keep tagging their pictures of stuff that they make to that page. So we'll be able to see the progression of the gene all right there in one place, which I think is cool. I'm gonna go put her away. Y'all didn't see that. So yeah, like I said again, shout out to Fred and AJ. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Fucking Snake is badass. Definitely got big things coming up in the future. It's gonna be cool. Speaking of which, if you're in the Dinker Squad and you're already working Bullet, or if you want to work with Bullet, definitely be hitting me up this season. Because like I said, I got to go into everything. I'm not going to give away too much sauce on the live. I'm not going to gatekeep. But yeah. If you're in the Dink Squad, hit me up. And then I think that's going to just basically end today's episode. Appreciate everybody for being here. Again, people that fuck with me, you guys really fuck with me. I really appreciate that. Love you guys. catch tinfoil fitted this week. Not 100% sure what we're doing yet, but I think we're gonna do aliens. Yeah, I think that's what's going on. And then, go catch everybody else's show, man. There's so many. I don't want to miss anybody, but you guys know more for Jeff and A, Elias, Wiz, Nikki, Irresistible and Lace, just everybody. Go watch all the shows, bro. Duval, big homies. Yeah. Go check them all out. Support everybody. Give everybody a follow, subscribe, shout out, all those good things on YouTube and Instagram. And just love those people that love you, fuck with you. Life's too short. Catch y'all next week. Peace.